Morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is going to be a little bit different video than I usually do. I think that the stress of everything happening in our world and our country just kind of got to me this week. And so I don't have any of this planned out, and I may ramble, which I tend to do in videos anyway. First of all, I want to state this does not represent any company I work for or any organization I'm affiliated with voluntarily. This is just me, and this is my opinion and kind of what I've been going through, thinking that some of you may be going through the same thing. And if you're not, I hope you at least give it some thought. I think my main message is probably to Christians right now, because I'm wondering during this time where the I think churches that are predominantly black are speaking up some, but where are the predominantly white churches? Where are the leaders? Where are the preachers, pastors, reverends? I don't know where they are right now because nothing that we're seeing in this country right now is Christian at all. And I'm not saying you have to be a Christian to have morals because God knows I know so many people with more morals that are not Christian. And that doesn't matter to me if you're Christian or not because I love you just the same. But this is horrendous. And I think everything's kind of been building because you had, first of all, I was all concerned about, Gaza and Israel and the first thing that happened to Israel the first time, and then the innocent people of Gaza that were attacked, killed, starving, and the attacks are still going on. I know our president's saying that there's a ceasefire. There's no ceasefire. People are starving in the streets in Gaza right now while his son-in-law is planning a resort city. It doesn't make sense to me at all. None of this does. People are suffering, and that was getting to me already. The innocent people of Gaza did not cause the attack on Israel. That was Hamas, and they didn't want Hamas there either. But they're the ones that have paid the price for that. So all that was going on. Then there was the invasion of Greenland talk that was just crazy. There's cutting off of our allies that have been our allies since World War II at least. And we're just driving them to China to get things right now. I mean, they do not like us right now, and they see the human rights violations and our attacks on the boats from Venezuela, and killing people without any proof or evidence, without any stating anything from the Coast Guard being involved and trying to find the evidence. They just bomb them. And then people, after the ship's been bombed, they bomb it again when people are hanging on. They're not a threat. Maybe they did have drugs. There's no proof of that. It's all blown up. So I don't know. So all that was getting to me. And then the ICE situation, which is just totally, totally out of control. And I don't know what happened to the Christians that I know and why they're not speaking up. Because, what I learned is, and there's a Bible verse. When a foreigner resides among you, I'm looking at it right here. Foreigner resides among you in your land, do not mistreat them. The foreigner residing among us must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself, for you were foreigners in Egypt. I am the Lord your God. And that's Leviticus 19:33, 34, verse 33 and 34. Uh, did we just forget about that Bible verse? Did we forget about loving our neighbor? And there's been the deaths, and we can all look at the mother Good that was killed for exercising her First Amendment rights. And then we can look at Alex Pretty, who was the VA nurse that was killed. And don't give me he shouldn't have had a gun at a rally. I agree, he shouldn't have had a gun at a rally, but everybody else has guns at rallies. The right wing sure has guns at rallies. So that's not a reason. They took his gun before they shot him, if you'll watch the videos. If you're seeing all the videos, again, I don't think we all get the same news. We can't be all getting the same news. Please tell me we're not, because if we are, then everything that I have known about the people I love is wrong because they're not speaking up about it. Um, I believe in loving thy neighbor, and it's bad enough with the people that were just exercising their First Amendment rights. And Alex Pretty, who is actually defending a woman who was shoved to the ground by ICE, who was exercising her rights. we have a right to peaceful protest in this country, and that's being taken away slowly. Okay, pretty fast this week, but slowly. They arrested Don Lemon, a reporter, just for covering an event recently, and another reporter, and I can't remember the other reporter's name. Um, it's just unbelievable to me. This is outright discrimination. You're not seeing them pick up families that are European, are you? You're seeing them pick up people of color, and whether they're Haitian or Jamaican or Hispanic, that's the ones they're aiming for. Somalians in Minnesota, they're aiming for people that aren't white, that don't look like me, that aren't as white as me. Well, there's a lot of people not as white as me. I'm white, but we're all living and I'm guilty of this. I'm just living a life of privilege right now. I'm just going about my business and I'm going to keep doing that, but I'm also going to be speaking out while I'm doing it. I don't think we realized how privileged we were until now. We all wondered why the people of Germany, and I'm not equating this to Hitler, okay? But you need to listen to this. You need to hear this, that the people of Germany, we all wondered why they sat back while all the Jews were killed. Well, a lot of them didn't know all those Jews were being killed. That's true. They believed their government, just like a lot of people are believing their government because they've taken over a lot of the news outlets now. You have to sign a waiver to even get Pentagon press passage right now, that you will have Pete Hegseth sign off on it. And my God, this is authoritarianism, and we're not acting accordingly. The people of Minnesota are acting accordingly. And God knows the people of Chicago did, the people of LA are tried, and the people of New Orleans, all these cities that they've really gone after hard. These are blue cities, of course. These are people that disagreed with Trump. But I want to know where the religious leaders are. And I've seen some persons of color, religious leaders that are persons of color speak out. I haven't heard any, or very few. I've heard a few. Um, Very few white um, Christian leaders speak out. And they're the main group that has elected the Republicans and this group of mega. I'm not going to say Republican. These aren't all Republicans. These are mega people. These are people that are Trump supporters, different group. And if you haven't caught on, if you're a Republican, that Trump people are different than your regular Republican, you haven't been paying attention. It's completely different. I think the Trump people are saying the silent parts out loud that Republicans were hinting at, but did never would say out loud. This is white supremacy. And that's exactly what it is. And if you're white and you stand up for it, you have a risk of getting shot, or killed. I'm not, I don't want to talk just about Pretty and the ones that were killed, that were white, because we're breaking apart families. I know that people saw, I hope you saw, again, you may have seen a different newscast that did not show this. The 5-year-old that was used as bait to get his parents to open up the door. This immigrant family, immigrants have made this country. Unless you're a native born American, you're an immigrant. Excuse me. We're all immigrants. I don't agree with what they're doing at all. I don't, if we really want to fix, if we really need to fix the immigration problem, then, Trump at first stated we're going after the worst of the worst, but we're not, okay? Look at the records of the people. They're arresting people with no criminal record at all. They just came into the country in a different way, and some of them came the right way. There are people that are here on asylum that they have put in facilities, that legal people here legally that have been put in detention centers. Some of them, while they were at their court hearing, they were standing outside the courthouse while they were doing everything they needed to do to get into this country the right way, and they were arrested right outside the courtroom. There was one case where a judge was trying to sneak somebody out the back way because they had done everything legally they need to do. Um, think about that been our ancestors, European ancestors. Would this have been happening? No, it's not happening now to Europeans. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm hurting. I have to cut off the news at times because I can't handle it. And yes, I have a lot of empathy. I always have. That's me. I'm just accept that about myself that I can't see a starving child or a mother that's lost their child or a father that is devastated by the loss of their child and not break down at that. I can't do that. And that's just, I think it's the way I was brought up. And I remember my pastor at church growing up. I grew up in a very Christian Baptist church in the South, and my pastor would have not liked this, I don't think. He sure didn't preach it. I right now you may have to go against even what your Christian leader in your church is stating. Lord knows Jesus did. Jesus went against the church. He went against organized religion. He turned over tables. I Somebody's got to speak up that's in authority. And we have people speaking up that are elected officials. Nobody's listening because if you're a Republican, you don't listen to a Democrat, even if they're making sense, which is crazy. If you're a Democrat, you don't listen to a Republican. It's both sides. I'm just, right now, unless our faith leaders step up, because they're the ones, our white faith leaders are the ones that helped get this man elected. And everything is horrible like we thought it would be. I'm not mad at those people that were fooled by this and voted for him. I am a little bit mad, but I still love you. Um, I post a lot of positive things. I post about Martin Luther King quotes about how only love can conquer hate. And I still believe that's true. Only love can do it. That doesn't mean sitting back and not stating anything, not saying anything. That's what the people of Germany did. That's what our country went to war to protect those Jewish people in Germany and the way they were being treated. Okay. And him taking over other countries. We went to war for that. We fought for that. I mean, our veterans are bound to be dismayed. I just can't believe that they wouldn't be. Um, I just am in shock. I'm sad. I'm injured myself. Will this affect me, going about my life and doing what I need to do? No, I'm still going to cook on Sundays. I'm still going to do my privileged life thing of having a great job and but sometimes it seems so frivolous. I mean, I just ordered furniture. I want to be excited about the furniture, and then I see Freddie was killed just a few days after that. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to do. It has affected me. There's been times where all I want to do is work for an organization that's an advocacy organization that's out there helping these people. But I have a great job that I'm actually helping persons with mental health issues, drug addiction, even intellectual disabilities right now. I'm working on a project with that, helping people that were victims of floods. So I'm doing all that. In my volunteer time, I'm on the board of a nonprofit that provides assistance to persons that are LGBTQ plus, that are homeless, teenagers, people underage that are out on the streets. That's sad enough, but I feel like I'm doing something. I'm getting out there and I'm doing it. Um, I just want people to speak up. Now, if you disagree with what I'm stating on this, please don't post that in the comments. It just offends all of my friends. I'm not going to argue with you on social media. It does no good at all. Never has, never will. People get defensive when you attack them, and then it just gets into arguing. And that doesn't work. If you do agree with me, or if you have any sense of what's happening is wrong, or you just want to support me in saying it, put a heart at least, put a comment, say, I agree with you. This is horrible. Say anything you want to state if you agree with me. If you disagree with me, post it on your wall, okay? It would be like in the Jim Crow era, standing up for persons having to use a different water faucet or being hanged, for being black. It would be like me making a video about that and a white person coming on to my feed while I was defending persons of color and stating hang them. That would be what that would be like if you put anything in disagreement on this. But if you agree, please put it on here. I'm not going to argue with you. I just want to express my feelings. I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm upset. Hate's not going to win though. I won't let it. I'm still going to love you. Um, I'm going to love other people, and no one deserves to be hated. Um, so I can't do that. That's not even in my nature. I'm going to be friendly to you. I'm going to be nice to you, no matter what your political belief is. Um, but this has been hard. And I just want to express myself. That's the only reason that I'm making this, because sometimes I just have to. And I'm doing this on purpose on a Sunday because as you get ready to go to church, I hope that something or someone in church speaks up and says, we are hurting people. We're hurting people of color. We're hurting Hispanic people. We're hurting people that are black. We're hurting people. Just stand up, say something, do something. Don't sit back and let this happen. You've seen the huge protest in Minneapolis. You've seen them in Chicago. You've seen them in New Orleans. You've seen them in all these blue cities, LA. Um, you don't have to get out there and march. I'm not asking everyone to get out there and march, but you can vote and you can state, I don't agree with this. It's okay to do that. I state it every day. I don't agree with what's happening. And I don't make it political. This is about morals. This is about values. And so I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. Still love you. Tired of it. Okay. I guess that's all I need to say today. That's all I know to say. Right now, 100 things will come up after this that I want to say, but just wanted to say that. Speak up. Okay. Love you all. Really, really love you all. And I hope you have a Sunday full of speaking up and full of love. All right. I think that's it. I'm going to try to end this. Love you all.